Welcome back to the very last day of 2022. I'm Darryl.
And I'm Renee.
And this is R&DW Adventures. Today we are hitting the last of the celebration events that at least we're going to hit.
Right.
Because the celebration events go away at the end of this month. So one of our geocaching buddies is having his last event for the year and the last chance to get his event posted today. So we actually got this one and one cache over there. Now we're going to head to an adventure lab and we want to talk a little bit about our goals for 2022 and for 2023.
So we came here today to do an adventure lab. Very interesting information about the Burwood Wall, which I never knew existed. We're in Detroit at the Alfonso Wells Memorial Playground and Park. But we came today to the 5 stages of this adventure lab so we could make our goal for our finds in 2022.
With as yucky as it was outside, we figured we'd come back to the studio for this next part where we talk about our goals.
Yes.
And hopefully after this, you'll be joining us for an event in Marysville and some caching. There's at least 2 adventure labs up there.
Yes.
So we're going to do
that
some adventure labs. Right. Well, your adventure lab is in Marine City, not in Marysville.
Oh, oops.
So there's a bunch of...
I told someone it was in Marysville today.
No,
Oops.
the event's in Marysville. But for 2022, our goal was to get at least 366 caches to beat the one a day.
Right, and hoping to stretch it to 400 or 500.
Right. So our final, with everything else that we've done today, is 459.
Which is 1.25 caches a day.
Correct. We are just under that next level, the 1.26, with 1 extra cache to spare. We needed or actually 2 extra caches, because we needed 457 to hit that mark.
Right.
So at least we've got our 1.25 a day.
Yes.
Now, you wanted to hit your 366 grid, and for people who don't remember what that is, it's to find a cache on any given calendar day.
Right.
So not daily caches, but you have to have found a cache on the 1st, the 2nd, the 3rd, every
And
month.
it's okay that this isn't a leap year because I did find one on February 29th.
Yeah, you did get your February 29th. Actually, I think it was 2 leap years ago, because I made sure to make...
2 years ago.
Two leap years ago, I think. Because it was like your first year caching, and I made sure that you did it. Yeah.
Okay.
But we also did it 2 years ago.
Okay.
Now, you still have 78 days.
But, okay, so let me explain a little bit about these days, too. Like, they go mostly in big chunks. I mean, there's some small chunks, but they're obvious chunks. Like,
well, we narrowed it down.
January is a really bad caching month.
Well, it's like January, February, and December, which are our cold weather months, and when we start having problems getting 2 caches,
right?
We'll have like 5-6 day stretches in there.
Right.
We have 2-3 day stretches throughout the year, but yeah, so there's still a lot of work to be done.
And usually like the 1st or 2nd week of school.
Yeah.
Like I just don't get any of that.
Then mine was to host my community celebration event, which I finally did. It took till November,
like
but I got it in just under the wire. No.
It was a month ago already. Wow, we're at the end of December.
Yeah. So it was our community celebration, which was also the return of the bubble tea events.
Yes.
Because we hadn't had a bubble tea event
since before COVID.
And that's what was holding up the community celebration. Was we really wanted to do it as a bubble tea event, and we couldn't do it.
It just didn't quite work.
Yeah, even when the restrictions were lifted, they didn't have the staff.
Right.
Or in a lot of cases, they've repurposed it. One of the places actually built a bigger office.
Right.
Into what was the dining area, so we can't even have an event there anymore.
Right. There's no sitting room. There's like 5 tables. So.
No, I don't think it's even. I think it's 3 tables.
Really?
Yeah, they made it that small.
Oh no, but there's a couple like by now what they're making into a tea bar. There's
okay.
Like a stand-up table and a couple of bar stools. But yeah, really it's not a place to hang out like it used to be.
No, but let's go into 2023.
Okay.
Because
we have high hopes.
Yeah, and before we even do that, we should probably mention one of the reasons we like setting these goals is for the fun of it. It gives us something to try to accomplish. If we missed the goal, it's not the end of the world or anything. It's just
like
a
my 366.
bummer. Yeah.
Like,
it gives us something to shoot for.
Right.
And it's fun to have that target to hit. And especially having those stretch goals
Right.
really helps with that, because we're trying to set, in many cases, goals that are definitely achievable. Not necessarily easy, but it keeps us motivated to get out and go caching.
Right.
Yeah, that's always the problem with life getting in the way. We need reasons
life and weather.
to go out caching when you're like a little bit. Maybe we should just stay home and do a Netflix and chill. Go out and
Let's
go
build a
caching
Lego
instead.
and do something else. Yeah.
Yeah. So, our goal for this year, and this is going to be pushing it,
Yes, it is.
500 caches.
Right.
We really want to hit that 500
We
caches.
do.
Just to have a nice round number, but ideally 548.
That gives us 1.5 a day.
Yeah.
So that would be
I like
ideal.
working off the daily numbers
Right.
because the daily numbers aren't impacted by the leap days.
Right. I was pretty impressed today talking to some of our friends who have done a cache every day for the last 12 years.
Now, they don't have the kind of numbers that we have from the year because they limit their caching.
Right, so that there's
So that
places
they-
to cache.
Yeah, they have to meter those caches, which is also part of the problem with your 366 challenge, is we're having problems finding caches that are doable.
Right. And then also to keep 366 and our daily numbers together, finding ones that he hasn't done that
It's a challenge,
it is a challenge.
but we're working on it.
So maybe we'll go on vacation next year in December and finish it up that way somewhere warm.
Maybe, but we are also hoping to make a return to the monthly bubble tea events. So
We did not have one in December.
we have one in December.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
December.
Yeah, we just have to list the one for January, which we're working on right now. But we're not doing, each of us does a monthly event. It's between the two of us, we do 12 events, and we
Right.
usually try to alternate. So it's 6 months for her, 6 months for me. And,
Just that we are hosting one every
Right.
month.
Now, you want to also get your 366
do.
completed, but we're going to shoot for something more manageable this time, which is 10%.
Yes.
That's less than 36 days left.
Right. I want
That's
to
still going to be a challenge because most of those are
and my
those 5-day
stretch will be to have well, you said less than 18, which is 5%, but I'd say less than 20 days.
Well, 5% makes a nice easy round
It
number,
does.
so that's why we put that away.
It does.
I want to get at least one more geocache hidden, traditional geocache.
Right.
Not a puzzle, a traditional go to it, do it geocache. Preferably something, believe it or not, I want to hit another parking grab. I want to put more parking grabs out just so that we have more of those easy caches.
You bought me a really cool thing for that. That reminds me of the first one that I found. That was the bowl.
I've been buying geocaches, and one of the things that we wanted to do is on this channel a little bit of a primer about what the different cache types are. So that's one of the reasons I've been accumulating these caches, is try to get a number of different containers. We're not going to have any kind of representation close to what's actually out there.
Right.
But it at least gets enough variety that we can point at them and go, hey, look, this is what this is, this size. You're looking for anything in this range.
Right. So anywhere like a micro or small or...
And we've had a few more requests recently for some of that primer material on the channel. So, we really want to get that done. And hopefully we'll be doing some of that right here at this table because it's winter and it's kind of yucky to go out. Definitely not as easy to film, and we'll have that stuff out this winter.
Right.
But the other thing that I wanted to do was an adventure lab.
Oh yeah, they're fun.
But I'm actually second guessing that because I think the credit that I have expires at the end of the year.
Today?
So, yeah. So I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. But ideally, we want to get, or I want to get one of each at least. So
Okay.
hopefully more, but I want to at
need
least
to hide
do an
more because
adventure.
I actually only have one hide.
Yeah, and that one we probably need to replace.
It definitely needs some help. It's been wet, and then somebody replaced it, and it's wet again. So yeah.
Yeah. And it's been out there for like 5 years. It's been out for a long time, so
It's time.
caches don't last forever.
It's
Time to
time.
turn it over.
Right.
And what's the find rate on it?
I
Which is another video that we should probably do, is talking about refreshing the game board.
Probably.
Now, this has been going way too long.
Yes.
So we'll wrap it up with one thing. We are going to be hitting some milestones this year if we hit this.
Right.
I'm going to hit my 10,000th find, finally.
Right.
We were looking at doing this in 2020.
Yeah.
It was going to be a stretch, but in 2020
That was
for
the
the celebration events in Seattle.
That we didn't get.
That obviously didn't happen. Hopefully I can get that done for 2023. And you're going to be breaking... I only have 447 caches.
Till 10,000.
Yeah.
Now he doesn't have 447.
No.
He has 447 till he hits his 10,000.
That's more than we found last year.
Right.
So that is still a stretch to get to it. Now you want to hit your 3,000, which is much easier.
Right.
You only need
302.
Well, and actually the numbers that I'm giving you are before we found the 7 caches.
So
today.
I should be at 270.
So you're under 300. Yeah.
No.
298.
No, because we found technically 6 today.
So we have the event.
The event?
We have the
7.
event cache, and then the 5.
So 295.
Yeah. So I'm at 440 to get to the 10,000, and you're at
295.
295 to get to your 3,000. So we have some hope of doing this. You're going to be in better shape than I am to hit your next milestone. But that's all assuming that we have a good year in 2023, which we hope for. So now we're going to head to that event in Marysville and take a look at the 219 caches that are going to be published for that Happy New Year event. Welcome to New Year's Day 2023.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. We just hit our first event for the year at this Tim Hortons. Nice to get out and do a event.
Yes.
And we've already hit 4 traditional caches for the day. Mm-hmm. Now, we mentioned in the last segment that there's 219 caches that published, or will be publishing, but that are released for the HNY event.
Yes.
Those are actually nowhere near Marysville, Ohio, where we're at now.
Michigan. We're still in Michigan.
Yeah, sorry, Marysville, Ohio is a totally different area. But there's none of them near here. We're going to save those for later and go and hit some caches up here. Go and clear out a few more. Not a big numbers day, because it is a kind of yucky day.
Yeah, but we are off to a pretty productive start.
Yeah, and we're having a lot of fun. But one of the other things is we hit a Tractor Supply Company, one of our favorite stores. Found an interesting Tools of the Trade kit on sale.
No junk food today, but a TOTS kit is cool.
And we're going to go hit another Tractor Supply Company to wrap up the day. But yeah, we're still out here, we're still caching and having a great time. So we just found our 10th traditional cache for the day. One event cache, but that's it. That's all we've done. We do have 3 adventures up here that we're going to save for a better day so that we can share those with you, because it's still rainy, yucky out here.
I mean, it's unseasonably warm, but it's yucky.
Just not pleasant weather. It's not good on camera, so we'll save those for later. But we did find our cache yesterday for the Drop Anchor 2022, and our caches for today to get the souvenir for this year, so, which is the Full Sail 2023. So we have both of our souvenirs for this year. We've already got 11 total finds for this year, and
we're off to a good start.
We're off to a good start, but we still want some more. So we'll see what we can find a little bit further north. Well, we're wrapping up today's caching. We got 17 traditionals, including 2 in this rest area on the way back home, which were part of last year's Happy New Year 22 event. So that's kind of cool, as we got some of last year's caches as well. But in all, we got 18 caches, the event, and then the 17 traditionals.
Not bad for a beginning.
Very different than last year's caching, and we'll put a link up there to the video if you guys want to check that out. But make sure to check out our other geocaching videos on the playlist over in the other corner, and make sure to check out the rest of our channel and all of the other videos we have there for you to check out.